Hey guys, my name is Phoenix and this is drawing the human figure from your mind lesson 109. So here I've finished up all the drawings and just show you what they look like, and these are much more cleaner versions of how I started them. And you can see that with that knowledge of understanding how to do the human head, we can make very realistic human heads for our characters. So now to understand the muscles of the neck, it's going to be fairly easy, and actually when we go through now all the muscles for the body, we're going to go through them fairly quickly because there's not really too much to understand, really just understanding where they connect and what their thickness is, like who's front of who, and just understand their planes. So here for the neck, what we need to do understand how to start out with the neck muscles. So we need to comprehend this idea from the side and front view. So here we're going to say that, okay, well, what we need is two different muscles here. There's going to be a muscle over here, okay, and then there will be a muscle from the back which goes all the way in the back muscle, and you can actually see that in your anatomical books here. So this muscle here is going to be connected from around here where this earlobe is. It's going to connect from here, and it's going to be organic, right? So it's not going to be just a straight line. So we're gonna this is like the outer of it first. It's gonna go slowly, balance itself out, kind of like this. Then it's gonna connect over here. And it's just like this, it's like a muscle. And then over here where that earpiece is, which is around here, we're going to say that, okay, well, around here where this spine is here, it's going to be around here. So you can it's not going to be skinny, right? It's going to be kind of big, where this like bone would be here. So that's where it would start coming down this way, but then it would get skinny, and this piece of muscle is actually connecting in, not on the clavicle, it's attaching where the clavicle attaches within there, right? So here we can just for now put it in like so, saying that that's where that attaches. So what happens here is that this muscle is not going to split from here, and it's going to attach about here on the clavicle, right? We're going to look at this from the front view that makes more sense of this. It's really just understanding first these ideas, what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, so now here I'm just going to attach this over here so we can see it as a muscle. Okay, and we want to think of this in a 3D form here. So meaning that I'm going to kind of shade it in a little bit, just like this. Remember, it's going to sit, right? It's going to sit over here, and it just connects over there. And then it's splitting over here, just like it is over here, and it's connecting from the bottom of this, right? So there's a muscle that's connected from the bottom. So now let's look at this from the front view. So meaning that, okay, well, we can see that we're connecting. So here, remember, there's going to be a ditch over here, right? On the neck, we all know there's a ditch over here from the back view. If you look at the neck, just keep that in mind here. So now if you look at this, okay, well, the jawbone is here. We know that's out, right? And then this is going more in, meaning that now when we draw the neck, depending on how muscular your guy is, this neck muscle is going to be fairly coming in around from here. right? It can't come from here because it's connected over here in the back more. So here this muscle is pretty much just going to come over here just like this, and it's connecting over here, right? So it's not connecting on the clavicle, it's connecting on the cavity, the sternum. And we're just going to draw it nice and smoothly like this. It's just a nice curve, right? From the other side, it's going to be fairly the same exact thing. You know, just draw it nice and smoothly and keep an eye out for this, where you're taking this line here. You're not taking it over here, you're taking it here. Okay, so this gives us the outer, defining this outer line here in the middle. Okay, so now because we know that it's going more in, right? Because this is the jaw. It has to connect more in the back over here, meaning that now you're going to get the other line here, and it's going to be like here. It's just like this. Okay. So we're determining the thickness just by eyeballing this, right? We're going to have to use what we know, what we can see on a human figure to understand how much thickness this thing needs. So over here is where this thing splits, and it's going to connect over here on the clavicle. So that means from this, right, from here, about like over here, we're saying that this thing connects over here, so we can't see it. It's like almost halfway over here. So about halfway, this thing is just going to connect over here, and from here he's going to connect over here. Okay, meaning that this is another muscle coming. This is on top, this is on bottom. Okay, and this thing is going to have a wedge over here. Okay, so he's going to be like this, connecting to the clavicle, like so. Okay, so it's connecting like in the middle of it. And we can do the same thing over here, connecting on the middle of it, and it just goes in like this. And let me just shade this in so we can understand this better. So this is coming like this from the bottom, right? And this is now going like this. So we know that these muscles are fairly thick on the neck here, right? Then they're going to blend into the skin. Really, what the key to understanding the muscles on the neck here is understanding how this muscle connects, right? It doesn't come out here, it comes here. And then this line here is going to connect over here, and it's going to split in two parts. Meaning that over here you're going to get a ditch, right? So that's one ditch, that's two ditch. And here's where, when you put the skin on, you get that other ditch over here on the neck. So you get 1, 2, 3 right on the neck over there. Okay, so really just understand these lines now, right? Because when you're drawing, they're going to come in handy. Meaning that if you're drawing the neck, you'll know that, right, I really have to kind of like use this line here, and I can also show this line if I want to. But, you know, it really depends on how much you want to show in your character, but it really has to do with this outer line that you want to show. You don't have to show the inner line here. And if your character is really muscular and you're trying to do a comic book character, you'll show a few more lines here. Okay, so now, so just keep in mind as to how we're doing this, right? So we're saying like, okay, well, it comes down here, like this is halfway, then it halfway down, it's about here where it connects, right? So from here we said, okay, this is halfway, and halfway down is where this guy just connects over here. Right? Look how far it's coming in. Okay, so now let's do this on a 3/4 view and understand this now. So what we're saying is now we have to think of this in that 3D sense, saying that, okay, well, here's where that line is going to be going, right? Like this. It's going to be skinny over here. And about there, it's going to connect kind of like this, and then it's going to split because we know halfway down, this line here for the neck muscle is now going to be like this. So you can just add it like that, and we know there's a ditch over here. So you can see that this guy is on top over here, right? If we really shaded this in, we would start to see this. So just keep that in mind. You want to think of this stuff in 3D form. So we're just comprehending these ideas now. And this muscle is connecting here in the middle, not on the clavicle. Right, just like this. So on the other side here, we know that that's exactly what's going to happen on the other side, right? We can just eyeball this stuff too over there. So here I'm just going to draw on the other side just like this, knowing that that's where it's coming from. And this thing is going to split, connect over here, and that's really the understanding I need for that. Just know that it's connecting over there. Okay, pretty straightforward. So now we'll look at the muscles here on the back as to how they are supposed to be connecting here and what we need to be aware of. Hope you join me for that. Thanks.